Hey guys, Omni here. We got our first teaser trailer for Netflix's live-action Resident Evil series that is coming out, I think, this July, so it's not too far off. You know, they've announced this a long time ago. The premise itself seemed a little interesting considering it was centering around Wesker and his family, which is already quite the change. But I feel like after some things I've read today, which we'll get into after the teaser, might kind of expand upon what that's about. But guys, let's go ahead and give this teaser a look, and then we'll talk about it after. Here we go. New Raccoon City, 2022. London 2036. Oh, hello. All right. Yo. Well, we got a liquor. Oh, what the hell? What the fuck was that teddy bear? All right, that was a teaser. I'm not even gonna lie, man. It looks interesting. We got two. I don't know if we have a time skip or we got two parallel stories that are being told. Like, was that meant to imply that's one of the older daughters grown up in London? You know, 14 years later. I don't know, but apparently something happens from 2022 to then. Um, so some things when I saw this teaser trailer got dropped, there were some articles that kind of came following it, and the showrunner was talking about how this fits in. Because when I read the premise initially, when this was announced, I was like, okay, it's going to be doing its own thing. It's going to be playing outside of the canon. It's going to be playing around with the Resident Evil universe, which at this point I've mostly kind of given up on live action Resident Evil media in general. But the showrunner himself has said that this fits into the game canon. Obviously, there's some big old questions that come with that. One, we all know Wesker died in 2009 in the game lore. You know, got blown up by a rocket launcher and swallowed up by a volcano. He acknowledges this happens in their lore. When the outbreak happens in 98, it happens in 98 in the series. All those events are there, and they've chose these dates to set themselves primarily outside of all of the game canons that are out to now, because he says that everything that has happened in the games has happened in our universe. So that begs question of a larger mystery that this series is meant to explore. Within that is one, obviously, how is Wesker back? Why is Wesker back? Obviously, there's some more apparent questions about Wesker, which again, they allude to that being part of the mystery of how Wesker exists as he does in this current present day. So I'm imagining some body hopping, some cloning, maybe some kind of get out situation. I'm not sure, but it does have me even more intrigued knowing that they're trying to work this into the existing game canon, which none of the live action stuff has really attempted to do at all up until this point. So I'm very curious to see what they do with this, carefully placing these time frames so that they don't interject or bump heads with any of the established canon. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that. Is this going to be simple, like, retconning of the past, like flashing back into these previous experiences, and Lance Reddick will be the person we see? But from these interviews, from this conversation that was had with the showrunner, it definitely seems to be that they are trying to follow the game story and follow that continuity and interject this as a new expansion of that lore. However, if these are parallel stories, we're following, obviously, the pre-outbreak era as we're following the daughters in their young age in New Raccoon City. And of course, things seem to go awry, or at least maybe something somewhere else does, as London is just overrun with monsters, zombies, BOWs everywhere, man. And it's just like, Zombieland on crack. It's like seems like a obviously a more grounded take than that, but definitely like an overrun World War Z kind of post-apocalyptic era, and we just kind of see the end result. Like, is this going to be parallel stories? Or are we be jumping back and forth? Or are we going to hit a point and do a time skip? That's kind of the questions I have right now about the show. But I think just from the trailer and the teaser itself, I think the production quality of it looks good. The cast from the ones that I do know, namely Lance Reddick, is a fantastic actor. So I'm very curious about this. The production looks like it's pretty solid, considering Netflix can kind of be hit or miss on that aspect here and there usually. But I'm it's got me intrigued. It looks like Resident Evil. It's kind of following along those similar kind of themes, and if it is playing with the canon of the games, it has me even more interested. The curiosity bug has entered my brain, and from what I've seen of it, it looks good. This is just a first tease, so we didn't get any solid looks on it. Who knows? Maybe some longer glimpses at some of the more elaborate creatures like the Lickers, the Hunters, if they're in here, or the Tyrants, or whatever. Maybe they'll look a little, hopefully, better than the one that was in the Welcome to Raccoon City movie, because that was awful. Now, I don't know if I'm going to react to this. I think I'll gauge that a little bit more on some of the subsequent trailers that we see, but it definitely has my interest, and as a fan of the Resident Evil franchise, I'll at least, bare minimum, be watching this on my own time. But if you guys want me to react to it, let me know. But guys, what did you think of the teaser trailer? What do you think about them incorporating this into the games? I can already hear a lot of the comments that are probably going to come about this, so be civil, be smart. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Feel free to join us in our Discord. We can talk about it there as well. Links to that and all the socials down below. Before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori, Corey Scott, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, and Melita. Thank you guys, as always, for your continued support. But that's it for this one, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.